Your beliefs are like shoes. And some of you may be wondering, Shango, what the hell are you talking about now? And your vibe attracts your tribe. So if you resonate with it, then this message is for you. You know, it's something that came to me when on one of my walks, and I thought I would make a video about it. So at one point in time, you needed a pair of shoes, right? You was a young child, let's say 4, 5, 6 years old at one point in time, and you needed a new pair of shoes. You got a new pair of shoes, and for that time period, for that place, and for the person that you were, the little person that you were at that time, they served your purposes just fine until one day, more than likely, if you didn't beat the shit out your shoes and have holes and they wasn't talking, you know what I'm saying? Mine, all the above, But at one point in time, they more than likely started to cause discomfort. Why? Because your foot was growing. Your foot continued to grow. The shoe did not grow. So I looked at that analogy or that metaphor, whatever you want to call that, as a perfect example of how something can serve yesterday, may not be serving today. Many of us, we all have some form of a belief that, depending on the context, right? Because some beliefs are not activated until you get into certain contexts, For example, you could be, let's say, you're really good at doing presentations, you're really good at this, you're really good at that. But when you're around somebody that you are physically attracted to, all of a sudden you're like you got 10 dicks in your mouth. You can't talk. So what happened to that belief that, oh, I'm so articulate and all this? That's okay, but then obviously when you get into proximity of somebody else that you're, attracted to, if that's the case, then that's when the other beliefs are activated. Because, some beliefs are context oriented. Within this context, I believe this. But within this context, I believe that. You know what I'm saying? I might believe I'm just a confident person, but put me behind the steering wheel of a plane and see how fucking confident you are. I'm not going to be that confident. I wouldn't bet my life in my own hands driving a plane, and I wouldn't advise you to do the same. But yeah, so it came to me that the example that was shown to me was somebody who, let's say, sets a belief about, I want to make $100,000 a year, okay? Regardless of whether that seems to be a lot to you or not. But let's just say, okay? So maybe they weren't making that much ever before, and they established the belief. Their subconscious mind accepted it and said, yes, I'm with you on this. We're going to do this. So eventually, their income rises. Now they're at 100,000 a year. Wonderful. That's a great thing. The belief that you can make $100,000 a year. Actually, it becomes more than a belief. It's something that you know. You confirm that to yourself. So it's no longer a belief now. It's something that you know. But if someone says, can you make 500,000? Can you make $1 million a year? That belief now can either become a stepping stone, which you can propel, like, the swimming, when you go on swimming, doing, 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 and you can jump to the next level, or it's going to become your crutch, especially if it was hard to get to this first, accomplishment of making this much. It's like, I don't know now. Like, so what I'm saying is what did serve you before can now hinder you today, right now. And that's why it is important to discover That's why if you ever seen any of my readings, I'm always talking, especially when that Four of Diamonds comes up, I'm always talking about checking in with yourself. Because there's always areas of your life that, of course, you can grow more. You're always growing and evolving. But like your shoes, some of your beliefs don't follow along with you. So they kind of try and hold you back. They seem to feel like crabs in a bucket. And as soon as you start trying to crawl out, they want to pull you back. And it's not because they hate you. Most of your beliefs are tools. They're also, at some point in time, a lot of your beliefs, depending on what, in who, what, when, where, why, were there to protect you, to look out for you. That was your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind came to a conclusion. Hey, if I go talk to this girl, I'm going to get rejected. So to protect you, or if I go talk to this person I'm attracted to, I'm going to say something stupid and look stupid and be rejected. So to protect you from that disappointment, we're just going to make sure that if you ever try and do something like that, you may all of a sudden incite a feeling of anxiety. You may, whatever the case is, even though consciously I want to go over there and talk to this person, subconsciously it's like, no, we're here to protect you. And we're not going to let you embarrass us. So we're going to make it very difficult. And it feels like you are literally trying to drive with the parking brake on. Well, I used to be all about clearing limiting beliefs. And in some ways I still do. But I'm a bigger fan of integration, because it's all about the updates and it's all about integrating things as much. Yes, there are some things about my character, and each one of us has certain things about our characters that simply at this point in time probably just needs to be destroyed. Okay? Reduced to nothing, recycled. When they recycle things, they actually destroy them and break them down to the last compound and then make it into something new, So in that way, I would say that some beliefs, they need to be destroyed. There's no integration. It's just they need to be destroyed. But that's why it's important you got to check in. Because 9.99 times out of 10, you don't even know really what you believe. You do know, but you don't know. You don't consciously know. Like if someone was to ask you and say, hey, write down your beliefs about this, people that are really good at shit and they seem natural at it, if you was to ask them, what do you believe about that? For some of them, it might be extremely difficult. It might be very, very difficult. Because they don't even know. They're not aware of it. Their subconscious mind has acquired certain beliefs. I look at it almost like code and just kind of automated it. So when they're going to do that thing that they're good at, it just like that. So I'm making this video because it's one of them Four of Diamonds kind of day. Whenever I get the Four of Diamonds, one of the first things, one of the main messages of the Four of Diamonds, for me anyways, is what do you really want? Because we're constantly going like this through life, and sometimes we get so busy that we don't check in and we don't realize, you know what, I really don't want that. So if you took a little time, invested a little time, and started to, and there's a lot of ways to do it. You can journal. You can think about what you really want, and as soon as you start thinking about what really excites you, what you really want, there's going to be shit that pops up. Those are clear indicators. I always say this: the dash lights on your car are not your enemy. They're your friend. So a lot of times when we get an uncomfortable feeling, or we want to hurry up and just swish it away or destroy it or clear it, and it's like it's trying to tell you something. Don't kill the messenger. It's trying to tell you something. Take this as an opportunity to learn something about yourself. We spend so much time learning about everything else but ourselves. this is a prime opportunity for you to learn about yourself anytime. And you can do it anytime you want. Just think about something that you want that you don't have, and think about that. Inevitably, something's going to pop up, something's going to come up. And if you follow the breadcrumbs, it will lead you to the belief that is standing in your way at that point in time. A belief that your subconscious, I won't even say a belief. Sometimes it's a reason, because your subconscious mind is it's the traffic light. It's going to give you the red light or the green light. May give you a yellow light. Hey, be careful. You know what I'm saying? But if it's that red light, you're not going. There's no running red lights when your subconscious mind is saying it's red. There's no running red lights. Okay? You can try and cheat your subconscious mind, but your subconscious mind is always watching you. It watches everything you say. It watches everything you do, which speaks even more loudly a lot of times than the shit you say. And it's watching the thoughts that you're constantly playing and the feelings associated with them thoughts. And a lot of times what it likes to do is to deduce, well, you keep thinking about this shit, so this must be what you really want, you know? And sometimes we think things that are coming from the subconscious mind, like it's like a bad fart from your subconscious mind, just whiffs up. You're like, what is that? You know what I'm saying? It just comes up in there. And that's another way to find, you know, what it is that you really truly believe. You'd be amazed. You'd be shocked at what it is that you truly believe in certain areas. Because you think that you believe this or that. Or maybe you want to think that you believe this or that. Or like, yeah, I do. I believe I can do it, this and that. But do you really? Do you really? You know? And one of the ways to kind of decipher that is, do you have what you want yet? Now, either it's on the way and it's a work in progress. Okay? For example, if you are, you know, trying to have a particular kind of body, no doubt that's going to take some time. Doesn't mean you don't already have it in here and in here. I'm sure you do, but on the outside has to catch up with all this shit. And that takes time. If you're learning a new skill, learning a new language, learning how to paint, learning how to draw, learning music, learning whatever, these types of things that expand your consciousness and expand your character, kind of, but more or less so just your conscious. You're learning new things. Your brain is not used to always being wired, because for everything you do, your brain rewires itself. There's a combination, right? So if I was going to play chess, my mind would wire itself to, you know, Shango playing chess. If it's time to, you know, touch the back of that thing, you know what I'm saying, then my brain rewires to Shango touching the back of that thing. You know, if it comes to doing readings, or my brain rewires itself to do that. You know, there's a trance for that, a trance for this, a trance for everything. Think of a trance, when I say trance, as more like a recipe, a certain combination, a certain code that your brain does, you know. So in the beginning, when you're establishing a new code, it's going to take a little time to catch on. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. You know, it's going to take a little bit of time, usually. Sometimes, though, the brain is instantly rewired. And one of the fastest ways is by trauma. You know, if you've been through like something that's very horrendous or very, very traumatic, and it was instantaneous and just out of blue and just bam, you know, that can instantly rewire your brain, and you can have difficulties or problems or challenges from that, or have other behaviors, because it's just instantaneous that you got to protect yourself. Your subconscious mind is a salve when it comes to protecting you. So I just wanted to make this video to encourage you that there's nothing wrong with you. Matter of fact, the fact that you're having challenges lets you know that everything is working as it should. You just got to do a little bit of reconfiguration, that's all. And most people are, to be quite honest, are too lazy to do that. Or they're afraid of running across certain feelings or certain things that are uncomfortable. And as human beings don't like uncertainty, and they don't like pain, and they don't like being uncomfortable. They will do all they can to get away from that shit and go towards pleasure. But sometimes you have to be able to just allow yourself to experience that, see where them breadcrumbs leads you. You have the ability, you have the capability, and you have the mind to do it. And you could have done it at any time in the past, and you can even do it right now. Now, we are going to have I guess you can call it a clearing limiting beliefs, but it's not just about clearing. It's like I said, it's much more than that. It's about an integration. And this is about integrating different aspects of yourself. So therefore you don't keep getting in your way. Some things will be a lot easier. A lot of things will be a whole lot clearer. A lot of us just need more fucking clarity. If we had more clarity, yes, I already know it's not going to be easy, but because I got clarity, I know I can do this shit. You know, it's not a problem. It's when I don't know what I'm doing, or I don't have a gist of the big picture, that I basically do nothing. Right? So we definitely have another ritual coming up. Tell you what, you can go to Boras Bruja Boutique, and you could just sign up. So when we do the email blast, we're going to announce when we're going to be doing this special ritual to basically clear all this garbage. And I say garbage, but I don't want to disrespect, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of it, some of it is garbage, but some of it is the intention behind it. It may seem, if when you look at it with your conscious mind, that is ridiculous. You'd be like, I wouldn't believe that. That is so ridiculous, right? But actually, it's not, you know? And so I don't want to call it garbage, but whatever is standing in your way, it's time to unlock. It's time to recode. So we're definitely going to be having that coming out soon. So stay looking out for that. We love doing these rituals with y'all. People are getting massive already results. We're getting some good things, and we're proud to be able to pretty soon here announce some of the results from the rapid cash infusion ritual. And yes, we will be doing that again. But even if you have money problems, some of those money problems, I guarantee you they come down to like beliefs and energetic, if you will. And there's really no such thing as an energetic block, because energy is always moving. It's always going somewhere. It's just how it's moving. What frequency is it moving at? And there may be things within you that is having that energy vibrate at a certain frequency, which is not conducive to what you want. Because in order to get what you want, you have to zoom in. You have to get laser beamed on the frequency of what it is that I want. And I got to basically ingest that. I got to start vibrating at this particular rate. You understand? So you could just go and sign up for the email, because we love emailing you. We love letting you know what's going on. And sometimes we love just to hear what you're thinking. You know what I'm saying? So you can go to Boras Bruja Boutique or go to shango-ray.com. Either way, all roads lead to the same damn place, okay? So, yeah, we'll see you over there. Peace and many blessings to you. And we look forward to speaking with you soon and, you know, getting some of this ritual work in, this transformation, you know, turning lead into gold is what it's all about. From the inside out, all right? My Mackin is the best, all right? I'm on you like GPS. Ha ha.